this button and then say, yo, what up? How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Very cool, calm, collected about what's going on with this deck, you know?
It's great.
Yeah. so hit me with it. What's going on with Midoriya?
So, I just want to stack all the Midoriyas on top of each other, right? And then just draw 4 cards once, right?
Yeah.
I love this character. I do. I'm gonna main him at every event I can ever do it. But Good has a lot of really good, attacks. Right? Normally, mainly punches, right? I haven't seen really many kicks on Good, but yeah. And I'm just having like a hard time, like really finding that solid attack lineup that just kills people.
Yeah.
And I want to trim the deck down a bit. I think it's at 66, I believe. And my blocks are absolutely perfect.
Ooh, you got pretty blocks.
But I think I want to trim the deck down just a little bit, maybe closer to 60, just for that real consistency. I mean, I have a lot of draw power in the deck, I think, in my opinion.
I feel it.
Yeah, but didn't find really any good actions. I just felt like I called to me either.
Sure.
Yeah. So I guess just cleaning the deck up to really just kill them, right? Kill my opponents. I mean, he plays Heroic Strike the best ever, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay, so the first thing we do is we put that to a 4 of. Okay. All right. We've done the first thing.
Right. I literally thought of that and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite attack out of the Deku starter deck. Is Heroic Strike. I think going back alley into Heroic Strike inside of Midoriya 3 is not fair. Stun 2, stun 2, stun 2. That's stun 6 across the board. Excuse me? Like, excuse me though? It's a 2 mid block with Breaker 2. I don't know what to say. It's cracked. It's very, very good. Yeah. I think the biggest issue that I'm seeing with the deck at the moment, truthfully, is just like, what's my low block look like here? And right now you have reverse throw, and that is super cute if you get all 4 stacked.
Right.
The cutest thing of all time, actually. But like, what happens when you don't do that?
Chip damage.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Yeah, okay, so what do you need my help with? Sorry, I'm going through and looking. I'm very excited for this character, obviously.
So I guess I'd like to trim the deck down some, right? And really get that like attack lineup where it's supposed to be, I guess, right? In your opinion, right? You are the Deku like whisperer, if you will.
Sure. That's
right.
High praise, but all right, I'm into it.
I just don't know if some of these cards really cut it. I've only got a chance to play test the deck once. Right?
How'd it feel?
And I mean, it felt powerful. It felt like I was doing everything right. But I guess I don't know. I need more play testing, obviously. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, this deck is so cool. This deck is so neato. I have to go back. I don't think I put that card in. Sorry, we're looking. We got a lot of options. So many options.
Well, I guess the only reason I even put the 1-for-all full cowling in is because it's a low block.
Yeah. Which we have options for. We got options for. Huh. There's a lot of cool stuff happening, man. Okay, I think we are all but done. Oh, I am gonna lose my mind labbing this. I kind of wish I wasn't a content creator, so I could just like sell my collection and get a Midoriya 3 deck, and just like this is all I want to do now. Okay, all right. Let's talk about attacks. Let's talk about attack cards.
Okay.
So I think the number one thing that Midoriya 3's elevator pitch. Hey, I want to take all of their cool foundations and turn them all sideways. That should be the goal, right? Giving a cool move stun 2 in addition to heroic strike plus back alley haymaker is phenomenal. None of your cards have breaker, and so every once per turn, every punch is ice storm on the zone that you want. That breaker 2 keyword is so that is the secret mastermind behind what this deck has got going on, is the fact that gets to happen.
Yeah.
So, man, I think this deck is so rad. Okay. Let's talk about attacks, right? The first one I have is just Wind Up Punch. It does not have stun 2, but if you discard a card, it gains stun 2. So if you've got things like One with Nature, if you've got if you can One with Nature, right? If you can Texas Smash, you can give it stun 2, give it stun 2, it's stun 4. So it's like another copy of Back Alley Haymaker in your deck, essentially. Right? The only issue is you'd rather play Back Alley 100% of the time over Wind Up Punch when the situation arises. Leaping Right Hook. So this is a 5-high for 2 that draws you a card. 5-high for 3 if you don't have anything stacked, which we're not going to count any damage except for damage that is already stacked. Fair?
Okay.
Because like anything that we get that's bonus is just that bonus. Right? The next one I want to talk about is just Missouri Smash. It says if a punch is dealt damage, I get to draw a card. It feels very good. The issue is this card's very slow. Harden Chop, being able to put down any amount of real damage here and then build cards in, feels very good in order to go pick things up with jab. Setup Strike gives you speed, and your character gives damage. And so like giving this thing stun 2 just like feels very good. Do we have room for it though is our big question. The next things that I want to talk about is let's talk about the idea of let's get away from the idea of punches. If we go with just a hardened package, we get to play Hardened Frenzy, which we still get to give damage to. It is a beautiful 2 low block. We still get to give breaker 2, and this is like a consistency piece. But this does mean taking things out like Valiant and Texas. Those are less valuable. Or just realize that those are less quote-unquote consistent. But things like Back Alley gives this thing +1/+1. Jab gives this thing +1/+1. Any amount of whatever you have foundation-wise that also builds gives you +1/+1. So this is a 5-high for 6 stun 2 opener that if they fully block, you get to clear your card pool and build it. Maybe even pick it back up with jab. As just like options. The next thing we get to look at, Join Effort Offensive, because our name is Midoriya, says that we get to, if we have the momentum, right? It is Giant Ice Wall on a 1 mid block, right? So it's breaker 2 in our deck, but it's Giant Ice Wall. Discard a momentum. My next move also gets stun 2, right? And then lastly is just double front beatdown. If the 1 check is worth it, we just get to just build foundations. We just get to do the damn thing, you know?
I am a coward when it comes to that card. I think
Options. It's
mainly
just
because I don't
options.
think I like it.
It's options that we no longer think about because like we're not Bakugo, we're not Midoriya. We play other cards, right? But I just wanted to put it on the table so that you knew. Here's the attacks out of your deck that I don't like, right? I don't like reverse throw. I don't like full cowling.
Okay.
I dig Texas Smash. It's a 1 mid block with Breaker 2 in our deck, but I never want to block with it. And I think Valiant Assault is just like an all-around good card, but this card will never. This card always gets played. It just draws you 2, right? Like it doesn't actually like push the game plan forward. It doesn't deal a lot of damage in our character. Like it's a 4 diff 3 mid for 5 that draws us 2 cards. It does not feel that great, truthfully. Final Smash is amazing because it, combined with our once per game, says that I draw anything out of my discard pile that I want, and that's if I don't have something like Passive Torch or Destined, right? In a panic, I get to just literally pick up anything I want, anything I need. I can do the thing, right?
Right.
This card also says that I stack a character and I check a 6 as my next move.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So like this move has a lot of value, but only if they have 8 or more foundations. So there's the trade-off. With me?
Gotcha.
Here's the attacks out of this that I like. If my first question is, do you like Texas Smash? Do you like Valiant Assault?
Yes.
If you like those cards, are you willing to dilute your deck with something like Frenzy?
No.
Okay. If that is the case, then that just like cuts a lot of stuff on the block, right? It means that I don't think that Chop is worth it. You said you're not down to do bad checks, so we can just get rid of these ones, right?
So I don't like the double front. I like joint effort offensive, right? Because I feel like I didn't really see any play, and I'm down to test.
Yeah. My big issue with it, man, if it said that your attack gets 2 speed and 1 damage for each card in your rival's hand, I think I'm so in. It literally, if those were switched, I'd be down, right? But man, it is. I don't think it's worth it. I think that the good symbol just has other things going on for it that we could do. I think if this card didn't exist, I'd be down to give it a shot. Or maybe like this doesn't share any other. Maybe under the Earth symbol, right? Like the idea of joint effort is where it's at to let you redo the thing. Like maybe that's where it should look. But my personal opinion, if you want to try it, we can try it. But I don't know what to cut in order to make this thing happen.
Okay, yeah, then cut it.
Yeah. So that leaves us with Wind Up Punch and Leaping Right Hook, Missouri Smash, Setup Strike. Of those 4 options, what sounds the most interesting to put, or what do you think is good enough to go in your deck, and then we can figure out what to cut afterwards, right?
So when I was building this, I had Wind Up Punch in the list, right? And it was like one of the last like few attacks I was cutting.
Yeah.
Right. It's always that, out of my 22 attacks, it's the 23rd attack, if you will.
Sure.
All
Do you
right.
think Reverse Throw is better than Wind Up Punch?
I mean, it guaranteed damage, but I guess I don't really have much besides Back Alley for momentum, right? That uses momentum.
Currently, I'm gonna attempt to put Capture Evil Doers in your deck.
Uh-oh. I'm down to play the Wind Up Punch. I like the attack a lot, actually.
I think the attack is super good, and we're also gonna be playing 4-1 in nature. So like, I'll do that for you now.
Okay.
You draw enough cards off of everything that like there's no reason not to discard your hand and make sure that your moves hit. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So we got this. My question is like, these are the slots that this card goes into. Which of these cards do you not like? Is it all for one full cowling or is it reverse throw?
I'm down to reverse throw. Reverse throw can probably get cut. Yeah.
I think that is the correct play. I think getting this thing to 9 damage is very hard. You have to have all 4 characters stacked, and if you do that, you should just like everything gets +4 damage, and you should just feel good that like your Texas Smash is double trigger, right? As opposed to like, oh, this is cheeky and the world's slowest throw and it does 9 damage.
All right.
My next question, we'll just toss this in at a 3 of, is full cowling. Do you like this card, or would you rather it be Leaping Right Hook? This draws
I
you
love that
one
card,
probably. This card says that you get to retry your turn. 5 diff versus 4 diff. This has a deadlock threat. This doesn't. Yeah. I think both are good cards. It comes down to personal preference. And like what our difficulty curve looks like. This is a lot of 5s, or enough 5s, right? Like, oh, we're also gonna play 4 back alley. There's no way we don't. We'll cut something else. Back alley is correct in our deck. It says that we have stun 4 across 2 turns, or across 2 moves, because you're not gonna open double back alley. You'll save it 1 for the next turn. You just do this, and then pop off. Do this, and then you stun 4, and then continue on with your turn. If they committed any of their foundations on their turn, they're committed out across 2 attacks. It's over. You kill them.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Back to the original question. All for 1 full cowling.
Got it.
And you were gonna replace it with the other one, leaping right hook.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a thing and try and convince you, just because like cutting cards. I'm gonna take wind up punch and I'm gonna put it down to a 2 of, and swap where they were and put this in at the 3 of, strictly because it's a 4 diff. Right. Just because it's a 4 diff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. From here, we've done the opposite of cutting. And so what I want to do is now let's take a look at block zones, right? We've got Hardened Jab, Back Alley, Handmaker, Valiant Assault. I want to take Hardened Jab and Valiant Assault and drop them down each by 2.
Okay.
Or each by 1, excuse me, to put us back here. And the reason is we want Back Alley Handmaker to be in here at a 4 of, because it does both Hardened Jab's job and Valiant Assault's job slightly worse. This builds a card. This builds and draws. This does either, which it means it's more flexible. At the same time, it has EX2 and Stun 2 and like does the thing, you know?
All right.
My last thing is we have to figure out probably what numbers did you want this at?
I would say 58 to 65-ish.
Okay. And then what number do you want this at?
I guess what is book, right? For 60 cards, 20. 21. I want to be more on the aggressive side, I guess.
Okay. If that's the case, we easily get to cut like a single final smash, right? And it'd be like the world's spiciest one of.
Okay.
It says that we can't final smash loop, right? Final smash, stack final smash, pick up final smash, final smash. So it's either that or like Texas, or like we cut the jabs or the Valiant Assaults altogether, in order to make that. Like that would not be a bad idea, right? If you like final smash where it is at the 2 of, we could cut jab or Valiant Assault and probably feel happy, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with cutting the Valiant Assault.
Okay.
It's kind of that middle ground of like, oh, I just want to draw more cards.
Yeah. Drawing cards does not win you the game. Using cards wins you the game. Let's talk about actions and assets. Go for the win. Very cool card. We still have jabs, so this is okay. From here, it's just Capture Evildoers. It's the only one that we have. Did I not put any assets in the deck? Let me see if there's any good assets that are even worth talking about. Nope. All right. Yeah, it's just Capture Evildoers. So this card is a use for that momentum, so now we'd have Capture and Wind Up and Back Alley all as momentum outs. This card says that you get to keep playing the game, right? You stun them out by using these okay moves, right? This is a 6 damage move. This is a 5 damage move, and then now you start playing like Texas after you whatever, and then you clear it.
I mean, it's probably one of the best actions in the upcoming set. Well, upcoming release set, right? Momentum has gotten really kind of crazy.
Momentum is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, so being able to pick and remove that jolt, remove the Russian stab, whatever.
Yeah, I think 2 Capture Evildoers just makes sense. Just makes sense to me. How do you feel about Go for the Win?
I like it for the low block. It's good in situations, helps me build, helps me, give it that last 2 speed if needed. But I mean, I'm not attached to it or by any means.
That's how I feel too. I think that easily should just leave, and then it should be a foundation. You're not trying to wombo combo them on turn 2, and that's what this card does. Is you're just trying to go for the win on turn 2.
Fair.
Okay. Let's talk about your foundations first, and then I want to talk about the foundations that I chose. Right? Do I know you and Rocket's Encouragement? They're the same card. This is just a worse version of what this card's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Form, remove, search your deck for a character, add it to your hand, versus we're going to be able to find them in our discard pile. We're just going to. I think that this should be a 2 of, and then Encouragement should leave. Goodbye.
Okay.
I think that card is not good. It's not good. Yeah, it's just not good. Photogenic Hero.
I just want to try it.
Go ahead. Say it again.
Oh, no, I just wanted to try it. That was really it.
I can put it back if you want.
No. I'm okay with it.
It's not great. Photogenic Hero.
I love it.
Yeah. Can you give me 10 minutes and I'll come give it to you? I don't know where it's at. It's in my room somewhere. Probably. Sorry, I got somebody talking to me. I'll get in. Get literally 10 minutes. Photogenic Hero needs to be a 2 of. Frame of Mind. Hit me with this card.
I saw for each character get -1 speed. I know it's not good. Threw it in there regardless.
I guess that is totally fair. That is a fair thing that you're allowed to do.
I looked at it, I played it, and I was like, "Oh, this is just -1 speed right now. That is not good at all."
It's not. It is really, really good. If they come out with a character that starts stacked, this card's gonna be cracked. This card's gonna be super, super cool. They have not done that. That's not how it works.
Sounds like a cut to me.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's get rid of it. I love male bonding and at a 4 of in every character, but I probably shouldn't be. Let's see where we're at currently. 62. We need to cut lows. Let's go to low blocks.
Oh my god, so many.
Note taking, self-sacrifice, specials of sound, one with nature, male bonding. So note taking and one with nature are the same card. One's just a 1 diff, so we're gonna drop it down to a 2 of and see where we get from there. We honestly probably should just cut it all together, just to cut on room. If you're playing a bigger deck, like if you wanted to play a bigger deck, I think that I'd be down for it, but we're not.
What is my spam count?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 non. So you've got 22. So it'd be 20 of 36 or 34. Yeah, I think that you're okay. Yeah, and like things like your finish like have to stay because it's a 0, right? As we look at Pekar zeros, got there and there. Those are great. Bonds of Friendship could get cut down to a 2 of if we wanted to.
I think I was only playing that because Final Smash helps me pass my next check.
You got character cards to do that.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
If that's the case, then we're allowed to like cut it and put in like other cool things, right? Like we don't have like advice for winners in this deck to help you pass checks. We don't have Lost in Thought to interact with our opponent's board even a little bit, right? New training method to go pick up key pieces. This is like celebrity status is so insane with your once per game. It's just Final Smash on a foundation, right? Like if this card is not if this card's not doing it, then like we get to do other stuff with it, you know?
I like the Lost in Thought idea.
Yeah,
I've
think
been loving that card as of late.
These and then 2 Lost in Thought is probably where it should be. Probably where it's at. This is incredibly low. This is going to be an aggressive deck. This is a little troublesome. You know what? Let's put it to 60. Let's put it to 60, and I just want to put pull no punches in your deck, but I won't. I won't do that. Let's go back and put back in what? What'd you say?
You said you want to take out pull no punches.
I want to put 4 pull no punches in your deck. I absolutely love that card. I'm gonna put the 2 Bonds of Friendships back in, exclusively because they're 1 high blocks.
Okay.
And it is a 1 diff, and it's gonna put us to 60, and I think that is a good, quote unquote, starting number, if that makes sense. Like for the deck itself, right? So this is theory of 60-20. You've got 18 highs, which and this is there to be the high block, right? The only reason this card is back in the deck is because this was a little low, you know.
What about passing the torch? Would you recommend upping that or leaving it where it is?
I could see us upping it. My issue is we're trying to keep this as low as possible, right? So increasing numbers of cards doesn't make sense when we want to increase the deck for draw power is like a weird idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. If we did that, it could be like cut a male bonding to do this, and that's replacing like a resource on board for a resource in hand. And I still think that we're fine on the spams, right?
Yeah. Like we're gonna be doing enough adding cards to hand already.
21 spams. We did cut the the draw 2 card. So if you'd rather, right, like if you think that like we're gonna build out plenty, let's just swap the jab back out for the other one, right? Like it's okay that we jump back to our attack lineup and make changes there.
I think I like where the deck is right now.
Okay, easy peasy. I think that this is like the point of these deck doctors is this is good enough to test. This has gotten you on like a cleaner idea. The first thing that I would start doing is jab pulling its weight. How do you feel that I added 4x heroic, 4x back alley? Are you seeing them too much? Are you seeing them just enough? Do you need more damage pump and speed pump in your stage? And like making those little micro adjustments. But I think all in all, I think you're gonna like this, man. This is very, very close to what I would be doing for him. I think personally that I would be going for the Fury or the Hardened package because I think that is very, very cool. But I've got about 87 decks that I feel I can make with this character, and I feel accomplished.
And your Hardened package, right? Just would you play Hardened Pummel?
No, I'd play Jab Fury. Or Jab Frenzy, Chop, as like there's 12, and then I'd go like Strike Haymaker, and then that would probably be it. And just like
no Texas.
It depends on room.
Okay.
It just depends on room. We're already playing Strike in order to commit everything down, and then like the goal is like a bunch of 7 damage moves as opposed to like 1 or 2 big tall moves, you know.
All
like
right.
how much value can we get out of whatever. The other thing is like Frenzy doesn't work with Strike, right? Because for each punch in your pool, so like that idea just honestly might not even work. Or maybe like that is an idea to be saved for the Earth build that could exist, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, Earth kicks with this seems gross. Anywho. Thank you for letting me jump down this rabbit hole with you. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for the help.
You're welcome, man. Stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the list, and you have a good rest of your night, okay?
Hey, you as well.
All right, we'll see ya.